Hey Taurus, welcome to your general love read. This week we're going crazy here. We are doing a palmistry meets tarot, okay? Spirit brought it to me. I understand why after having gone through several of these readings. It's quite beautiful, the information that's coming through. But if it seems too weird for you, just take the light and leave the rest, okay? So I am still going to start by pulling for the collective in case the rest is not for you. Roles can be reversed. Like, you may be watching this going, this is totally my person. And that's okay. It could be totally your person, okay? It could be, if there's a third party involved, I'm reading someone's frequency from that and not you. All right, so just take what resonates. We're going to start with the soul path. In the extended, I'm going to compare it to the life path. Okay, because we want to have that alignment, right? So, everything you need is down below. Okay, the extendeds are now available either through the Patreon membership or as one-offs on Vimeo, so you can choose whichever way you want to roll with it. Of course, Patreon is the most affordable manner. You can also get the current energies, okay, over on Vimeo now as well. And you can do a 3-day package where you can just have access to all the videos there on Vimeo for 72 hours. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of keep a rotation of about 2 weeks up at all times. So hopefully that helps people. All right, so let's get started. Let's see what's going on for Taurus. And we're going to pull out a little intention here as well. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so Taurus, you're standing at the crossroads here, okay? And there is, either you're at the end of the birthing process, creating something where, you know how you so when you're pregnant and you're in that last couple of weeks, everything feels miserable. And you just can't wait. And you feel like you're just kind of slogging through mud, trying to get to that final little bit. I feel like that's how you feel, right? Like you've gotten to this bridge and you can't quite see the end of it. And you know you've got to cross it, okay? You're at the crossroads and you're like, I know I need to cross that bridge, but it's just taken so long to get here. And now I got to cross this long ass bridge, okay? So I understand. All right. But this woman, this empress, okay, is sitting here in the grass. And so it really feels to me like this is going to be a very natural, abundant progression for you. Okay. But there is a little bit of you fighting it. And it could be the fact that you've been fighting for so darn long that you might just not know how to give that up. Okay? There's this feeling of, I kind of got it over there. I just have had enough. I almost was going to say that you're at the bridge and you're like, oh, I just want to sit down and rest. Yeah. That's what you want. You want to just sit down and rest, have a little margarita, and kind of forget the stress of the day. Okay? I think that's fine. We all need rests, okay? Don't be hard on yourself for that. So, we're going to go through this on your soul path, okay? Let's look at your soul path here. All right, we're going to start with the lion, the sun, okay? Okay, so there's this sort of feeling here that you came here to test boundaries. It's almost like you were let loose, like a kid in the candy shop. Okay, let loose to come in and test all the boundaries. All right, which sounds like fun in a way. All right, for the authority here, okay, you don't like to be the one to do like everything. Okay, you really prefer partnership. But for you, partnership means that you also require, like your love language here is showing up in your soul path, that you require a little bit of recognition. Okay, even when working within the team, instead of being like, oh, team, you did so great, you want to be like, you know, oh, Taurus, you did really good work today. Okay, so you really like that. All right, your Saturn here, okay, which is your logic. Sometimes it takes you a minute, okay, and your emotions do play into your logic, but it's only those emotions that have been hurtful. Okay, so when you're trying to sort through, trying to figure things out, you're trying to get logical, okay, you tend to pull back from people. You tend to pull back to really kind of tune in. What are you figuring out? What are you learning here? But that little bit of pain, okay, perhaps from not having some of the greatest boundaries, comes into play that impacts that logic. Okay, your Apollo here, which is your emotions. Okay, you are seeking hope, but again, I feel like you hold on to a lot of past residue. And so what this really kind of signifies to me, like if I were looking at this as a real palm, all right, I would probably be seeing some sort of a break that would show me that you came into this life carrying a lot of baggage that still wasn't worked out. And so a lot of it may not make sense because you haven't really worked through that energy, because you're like, well, I don't know why I carry this, because it is past life. And if you don't believe in past life, that's fine. It could be things that you just kind of blocked out of memory, or that you visually watched and heard and saw as an infant that you don't really remember these things happening. Okay, but they're still a part of you. So let's look here at your Mercury, okay, your communication. This is very interesting to have in your communication, okay? Communication with the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Pentacles, okay, that could be very much like your fated purpose here. Okay, we'll look deeper into this, but it could be that your fated purpose here really is to help others transform, to be the communicator, to be the link between others and new experiences, which is really quite a beautiful energy to see show up here. Okay, I really like that. I really like that. Okay, let's look at your connection, okay, here in the inner Mars. Okay. Okay, it's interesting because I do feel like you've had a lot of opportunities for love, but it feels like they're really showcasing me on the Eight of Pentacles here, this Two of Pentacles in the center. Okay, what feels like to me is there's always been outside forces, okay, at play within your connection. And so somehow this kind of kindness factor has disappeared within the emotions within love because there's been too much influence from the outside. Now again, okay, you came here to test some boundaries. And so part of this could be you trying to come into this energy of, you know, being able to really stand in your power with all of that. Okay. So let's look at the outer Mars, your heart. Yeah, because of this, okay, Four of Cups. You may have this, you know, intuitive awareness when things start coming in between, because I'm really being drawn to this sort of like separation here. And it's crossed by the power of the Queen of Swords. And so I almost feel like you, in your heart, you pull away because it's interesting, because you don't want to test those boundaries. And yet here you are, okay, master communicator who, you know, is fated to bring people together and to have these, you know, beautiful new experiences because of your ability to communicate and, right, to be an authority and work with the team and all of this energy. And yet, when the outside forces come into your connection, you have this feeling of the desire to cut it out. Okay. So let's look at your Venus, your divine masculine. Okay. Yeah, Three of Cups. You could find yourself putting a lot of love interest into kind of like the friend zone sort of an area. But again, it's about, we've got Three of Pentacles and Three of Cups. You also you want to test boundaries, okay? You may like partnerships, okay? And so you may need your time for yourself with your friends, your time for yourself with your person, but you also may find yourself more inclined, especially I'm showing here with this, okay, with the messenger here in the cage with the cage door wide open. You may find that when you are not in a solid connection, that you're more apt to be drawn to look for other partnerships. Okay. Okay, so the divine feminine, the moon here, is the mental conflict in all of this. The feeling that you cannot find the clarity about where you're supposed to be solidly tied and bound. Okay. So, the plane of Mars, what is the fated outcome energy here? Okay, now it's interesting because Aries got kind of the opposite of this. Aries got death crossing, okay, or got death crossed with justice, and you've got justice crossed with death. Okay, so the connection is about balance. So you could be dealing with someone with Aries, heavy Aries in their chart. But I also saw a lot of, I believe I saw a lot of Libran, okay, energy in Aries. So it could be that as well. And Leo. Maybe you just should watch the Aries. But anyway, okay, the outcome here is for balance. It's coming into the balance here where you let your passions, okay, kind of come in and burn out the things that you are holding on to from this past life energy that's not serving you in this life. All right. So let's look at the heart of this. Because at the heart of this, 8 of Swords and 9 of Cups, you are restricting yourself from having that one true love. And I do feel like it is, okay, because you're carrying these heavy burdens that you really do want to clear out. All right, so let's go ahead and look a little bit deeper here. Okay, let's look a little more here at the Sun, right? The Lion. Yeah, okay, perhaps there was abandonment in your childhood or abandonment in a past life. Or there was a big resistance, a big split, okay, in your past or your past life that now really has you kind of in this sort of chaotic energy of testing those boundaries, okay? But you are still very tied to one solitary person here, okay? And I do feel like that's probably why you're here watching this, is you were drawn to this to try to figure out, how do I overcome this chaotic energy of pushing away from love to get myself aligned with this person. Okay. Now on the Authority here, it is about you wanting to have your own space. Okay, so you want the recognition, but you like working in a partnership. So it's really about you taking the time to really work one-on-one. Okay, if you're working with someone new in a job, or if you're in a brand new relationship, or even a long-term one that doesn't seem to be working very well, take the time to let things grow. Okay, take the time to have that experience. And for some of it, it may be the experience of just being you. Okay, the experience of just creating a project start to finish on your own. Okay, the logic here, yeah, is that love is illogical. Okay, and so you're trying to make sense of it by pulling back into the Hermit energy. And especially when you're trying to make sense of this pain that you don't know where it came from. There's a need to understand, okay, because we've got like that big cup there, the Big Dipper. Understanding what it is that you are carrying around is not logical, okay? And what it leads you to is these decisions where it makes you feel more alone, and it brings a lot of sadness. But again, I feel like it's not really from this lifetime, or if it is, it's not your sadness, okay? It was somebody else's storyline that you just happened to be, a child sitting in the room for. Okay, emotionally here, Apollo. yeah, because of this, there's this risk of just putting everything into work, into those pentacles, and not really giving yourself over to love. Not giving yourself over to emotions. So this really does show that illogic within your logic, what feels like logic but isn't, is overrunning your emotional side of you. Okay? Okay, the communicator here. That's the magic. Okay? Your magic is being able to communicate with people and bring them together. Your magic is in being able to take the project and run with it and have these new beginnings. And because of this deep ability to communicate with others, okay, but you haven't quite found the space where it aligns with you yet. I feel like because of all of the rest of this. You've been putting too much focus into career, and this may end up being something that's side project. And perhaps this side project will align, okay, with this divine counterpart. But I've got the Page of Wands in reverse with the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so Hierophant is not just that higher level connection. It's also that higher level knowing, okay, that educator. It's the partner, okay, to, especially in this deck, it is the partner to the High Priestess. And I do feel that you're not creating what you're meant to be. And so it's really in aligning, okay, how do you align to that beautiful energy of being this master communicator, of bringing people together? Is it project management that's calling you? Is it, therapy, counseling when you're working with couples? Maybe someone here wants to be a matchmaker. Okay, but where is it that you can bring that into your life and start using this beautiful part of you that you brought into this life with you? Okay, so let's look here at the inner Mars. Yeah, it's about balance here, okay? Using that communication skill, you can really balance out these, your connection where other people are getting involved. Because I do feel like if you have not met this divine counterpart yet, they are coming in quickly, and it's going to be essential that you can manage that communication skill to not allow others to interfere with this divine love. Okay, and within your heart here, this outer Mars, okay, yeah, we're crossed by the moon, which is interesting because the moon for you, your divine feminine, is that overthinking, that mental conflict. So don't let your heart get underwater. Don't get overwhelmed with fears of rejection based on other people's opinions and not you and this other person's heart connection. Okay, that's the energy I feel like that will be very healing for you. Okay, on the divine masculine here, on the, okay, this is the Venus, this is love. 3 of Cups with the 4 of Wands. Okay. This is what you are seeking. Your divine masculine seeks that love. And it's no secret that it is Venus. Okay. Seeks the love and the celebration. The moon here is the divine feminine. Okay. Yet you let that, again, I feel like it's letting that Four of Cups, okay, the fears, okay, that you're going to be rejected because of the outside sources come into this conflict, this mental conflict, which tends to turn you off, okay, tends to turn you away from people, almost as if, before I get hurt, I'll just walk away, okay. And I don't know if I said this to you or if it was in Aries, but there's this feeling almost of, I think it was you, of friendship, okay, where you could be just putting people in this feeling of friendship, okay, we'll just be friends, goodbye, right? So the potential outcome here, all right, if you can balance all of this out, go through this rebirth, really find that passion, right? That project manager, whatever it is, that passion to come into this, which brings you into alignment so that you can come into union. All right. King of Swords in reverse. You can leave behind some of the overthinking, some of the illogical, like stubbornness, ego-driven thoughts, and all of a sudden the awareness starts to climb. Okay, and at the heart here, part of the problem is that you may not believe when you get this intuition, you may not believe in your intuition. And that could be part of why the Hierophant, okay, is in reverse over here. And the Magician is kind of struggling to manifest. You could lack a belief here in your ability, okay? But the chance is coming here. At the heart of this, the chance is coming for this good fortune, this second chance at the Ace of Cups. It takes, because the Ace of Cups is at the heart of the Nine of Cups, it is important to understand that that self-love and that healing really takes its part. And again, bottom of the thing here is 10 of Pentacles on the deck here. To me, it really signifies not letting other people drive your life. Okay? You may want other people in your life for lessons learned to help you push those boundaries out. But what I feel like you're doing without moving into that master communicator space and coming into this balance is that you are, instead of pushing the boundaries out, when we think of boundaries, we often think of boundaries as being, I draw my line right here, don't come in. No, I want you to start thinking of your boundaries as I'm pushing the boundaries out, okay? More space, more energy, so that you're bringing more into your circle, more into your life that you are managing, okay, and balancing and using your communication skills. And I feel like that brings the balance, because there's always going to be people in your business, because that's what you brought forward. But if you expand your energy out to where you're using that beautiful skill set of yours to manage them instead of them managing you, boom. Self-confidence, self-love, second chances. Okay, so let's pull out some oracle cards. I'm sorry, I don't don't know why. Everything this week has started squeaking. My desk is squeaking. My chair is squeaking. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's saying I need new. But then I'm trying to be more minimalist. I don't know. All right, so coyote. So the coyote, okay, walks through the night. People don't see them. Here in my area, we have a lot of coyotes, but you never see them. It's very rare. People post like, oh, look what I caught a picture of, like in, you know, my backyard. But you know when the cats go missing, sad but true, it's the coyotes, okay? So the coyote usually isn't recognized, okay? And just kind of is in stealth mode until it needs to attack. And I kind of feel like that's sort of a energy that you should be using as your skill set. You work really well in a team. You just keep doing that until, boom, I need to be Ace of Pentacles now. No more Three of Pentacles. Now I'm Ace of Pentacles. Now I'm going to move into that Hierophant energy. And I'm going to use my master skills and manage all of this. Because also the Jaguar here, all right, is like, I'm not afraid to come out at night. Okay, I'm not afraid to look at my shadows. Okay, because I feel like that's what you're going to have to do to work through and heal. You get secret temptation. Okay, being led astray. Again, I feel like I said, with the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups, I do feel like because of some of the pushback here, you could sometimes be led into some saucy situations, we shall say. Birth of creation, potential growth. Okay, but if you allow yourself to heal from within, okay, because there's the shell, you're within. You heal from within. You come into this balance within. Then you have the rebirth, okay? That rebirth can change everything. Okay, so let's pull out the lesson here before I move into that extended and look at the life path. Stagnation. Not surprising, okay? You're at the plateau, ready to propel into new progression. You know what that means? The Fool, okay? However, I am tired from the climb, resting and waiting for the next step forward. Okay, it's a little bit of the Ten of Wands. Long journey, feeling like you can't go through the next step. But it all depends on the alchemy. It all depends on the mindset. Okay. So I hope that this helped you. And I'm going to move into that extended and look at that life path. All right. I'll give you a little sneak peek and I hope to see you there. Okay. Bye. Okay. So Spirit wants to pull, okay, an oracle here for your beginning of the journey here in your life path. Adventure. The Orca Well. Now, the well, okay, is the master of the sea. And the orcas, they're here in the Pacific Northwest, and they are a tribe, okay? And the grandmothers, okay, help the mothers with their children. And they all work in that partnership, okay? They all work together for the best of the community. And they do it in the waters, which is the emotions. So I don't think it's any surprise that you have gotten the Orca Well, Okay. Dare to do things differently. Sing your wild song. Manifest your travel dreams. Attempt the great journey with confidence. Be loyal. Friends and family are your treasures. Be brave. You are more powerful than you know. Okay, that's beautiful. I love it.